I'm Mara Quinn, 26, and last Saturday my world tilted over roasted chicken and clinking glasses. My parents, Nadia and Gerald, wore their company best smiles, while my sister, Sable, the family's glittering streamer, scrolled under the table. Finn, my younger brother, pushed peas around his plate like they might roll him out of trouble. Mom set down her fork. "Sweetheart, Sable needs a proper studio. It makes sense to give her your room." My fork paused midair. That room is my sanctuary. Books stacked to the ceiling, notes stuffed into binders, the desk where I've built a life they don't see. Before I can breathe, Dad's palm cracks the table. "Agree or get out." The room stills. Sable smirks as if the deed is done. I could inventory every time they chose her over me, the camcorders, the lessons, the applause. Instead, I swallow the lump, sip water, and let a slow smile slide into place. It unsettles Nadia. Gerald's jaw hardens. They think I'm cornered. They have no idea I've already redrawn the map. "Let's finish dinner," I say, calm as a closed door. Sable throws in a needle. "Come on, Mara, your number hobby doesn't need a whole room." Finn won't meet my eyes. The chandelier hums. I stack my plate, memorize the moment, and decide not to argue. I've spent years learning to turn doubt into fuel. Tonight, I light the match in silence. When I clear dishes, I catch my reflection in the oven door. Steady. Unreadable. They wanted compliance. I give them composure. They wanted my space. I keep my plan. The start you asked for echoes your original setup. A Saturday dinner, the demand, my quiet smile. Before everything flips, I didn't really sleep. At dawn, I mapped escape routes on the back of a receipt, then packed with the efficiency of someone who has practiced leaving 1,000 times. Notebook, laptop, 5 t-shirts, the teal mug with a hairline crack. Evidence I refused to be handled carelessly again. By 8, I'd transferred my savings, canceled the family group calendar, and messaged Noor from work. She runs data engineering like a conductor. If anyone could help me land fast, it was Noor. Her reply was a lifeline. "My cousin's sublet is open, 3rd floor studio, month to month." I toured it over lunch, peeling sunlight, a window that framed the river, and enough quiet to hear my pulse reorganize. I signed. The landlord handed me 2 keys and a smile that didn't ask me to apologize for existing. That evening, I returned for one final sweep. Sable waved a ring light like a wand. "You'll love the couch life," she chirped to her followers, camera angled so I was background ghost. I took my plants, my hard drives, and the poster of spiral galaxies that first taught me patterns were poetry. Finn hugged me quick, the kind that hides loyalty. "Text me," he whispered. The studio smelled faintly of paint and possibility. I set up my workstation, opened a blank doc, and named it Project Radiant. For 2 years, I'd been sketching an algorithm to optimize creator schedules based on fatigue and audience overlap. Irony wasn't lost on me. The tool might rescue me had been inspired by the chaos of living with a celebrity sister. No dinners, no ultimatums, just me, the river's slow applause, and a plan that finally had a room to grow for good. By Friday, Noor had arranged a 10-minute slot at our lunch and learn. I walked into the glass conference room with a clear deck. Project Radiant forecasts burnout the way weather apps forecast rain, I began. I showed how it pulled from posting histories, sleep proxies, and audience overlap to propose rest windows without sacrificing growth. Questions cracked, then stilled. Noor nodded once, decisive. "Ship a private beta." We onboarded 5 mid-tier creators from our client pool. Radiant nudged them to skip midnight streams, stacked collabs to prevent cannibalized audiences, and inserted unspectacular necessary silence. The numbers teased a miracle. Fewer sick days, steadier engagement. Noor forwarded the chart with a single line, "This sings." Sable found me through Finn. "Can I try it?" she texted without emojis. I added her like any other user and sent a 1-page guide. Radiant recommended a 2-day reset and a pivot from daily chaos to 3 themed lives each week. She went quiet, then followed it. On the 3rd week, she streamed from a park bench at noon. No ring light, no frenzy. She talked about sleep. Comments flooded with relief. Sponsors stayed. The algorithm and my sister exhaled. A message pinged from Mom. "Dinner Sunday?" I chose a cafe instead. She arrived with cautious eyes. Dad sat straighter than the metal chair allowed. I laid out boundaries like blueprints. My home is mine, my work is mine, respect is the lease. No grand speeches followed, just the smallest nods, the kind that start repairs. That night I climbed the building's roof. The river moved like a promise rather than a wall. I named what had happened. Not escape, but authorship. Radiant glowed on my screen, and I did too.